Hello folks, welcome back to the podcast. In a sec, we'll be having a chat with the rest of the crew from Motorbike TV. But first, it's sponsor shout-out time. So a huge shout out to Innov. Now, Innov do the motorcycle dash cam systems. They've got single and double camera systems. I have had the single C5, then I bought the K2, then I was given the flagship K5, which is their sort of industry leading 4K front camera, 1080 rear camera. Then they asked me to try the K3, which is a 1080 front and rear camera. Both the K3 and K5 have external mics, so you can either wire the mic up into your lid and you can motovlog with them if you wanted, or you can put the mic somewhere on your bike to catch the engine noise. All the K-series have a Wi-Fi connection to a dedicated app. They've got full GPS systems built in so that you can actually track your ride as well, and you can share all that on social media via the app. The systems have parking mode, which means when enabled, your bike is even protected whilst you're not there, because any movement of the bike automatically triggers the system and it'll capture whatever's going on in front of the cameras in case someone bumps your bike in a car park or something whilst you're not there. You'll know if you've ever been involved in an accident, the first thing insurance asks is there CCTV? And if you have an Innov system fitted, you can say yes. Head to innov.co.uk, that's innov.co.uk/TP1, that's Tango Papa with the number 1, TP1, for more information. Whenever you're dealing with Innov, please let them TeapotOne sent you. They are a main channel sponsor over on my TeapotOne channel. So a huge thanks to them for also supporting the podcast. Next up, we've got the Influencer Store. Now, the Influencer Store helps you build your brand big or small, providing you with a solution and apparel. We help you to increase your fan base while supporting you with starting your own influencer clothing line with nothing more than just an idea or design, and there are no hidden costs. For more information, come check us out at theinfluencerstore.co.uk or drop us an email at online@influencerstore.co.uk for more information. And if you head to my website, TeapotOne.com, if you head there, head to the shop, all my merchandise is handled by the folks over at the Influencer Store, so that'll give you an idea as to what sort of quality and service you're getting there. Lastly, a huge shout out and thank you to Ultimate Add-ons. Ultimate Add-ons are the premium manufacturer of mobile phone and action camera mounting solutions for motorcycles. With a kit for any bike and a proven track record of creating products that keep your devices safe, secure and easily accessible, the Ultimate Add-ons product range is ideal for any rider from the commuter to the round-the-world adventurer. Why shell out on an expensive GPS system when you could use your smartphone, keeping it charged and within reach to take photos of your travels at the same time? Ultimate Add-ons waterproof, shockproof and dustproof tough cases are available for all flagship smartphone models and are designed by riders for riders. Find out why Ride Magazine gives Ultimate Add-ons their coveted Best Buy certification. Keep riding this winter with Ultimate Add-ons. It's all about the journey. Head to ultimateaddons.com and use the code TeapotOne with the number 10, TeapotOne10, for 10% off. If you watch any of my bike review videos, folks, you'll see that I use the Ultimate Add-ons phone case and mount together with the Kali Moto app for my navigation. It's a cracking little system. It means I can have sat-nav on any bike out there. I always find a way of mounting my phone on a bike thanks to Ultimate Add-ons. Loads of people ask which one I use. I use the Helix strap mount, which you'll find in the bike section. Head to ultimateaddons.com and take your pick. Next, a massive thank you to all of you over in the clan, over on Patreon, patreon.com/TeapotOne, not only for all your questions which you pose for each and every episode, but your support there not only helps me out on the main TeapotOne channel, but it also helps the podcast keep going as well. So thank you very much for all your help. Folks, if you want to help in any way, you can do simply by listening to the podcast or watching the podcast. Give it a like and share it. Share it to everyone you know. Tell people about it. And if you want to go that extra mile, if you head to Apple Podcasts and leave a review there, that really does help massively in terms of ranking, of which we have hit the top 5 in the UK. Right, let's crack on with this week's episode with me old muckers at Motorbike TV. Right, folks, welcome back to this week's podcast, and we've got the band back together. It's the Motorbike TV crew. How you all doing?
Sparkling.
Marvellous.
Good.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You're going to enjoy this, Tom, aren't you? Tom is now, I would say, 3/4 of the way through. Are you filming of the show?
We're about 3/4. Yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah, and has obviously been putting up with a lot of crap from each of us individually, and especially when we're all together. And he's reliably told me that he's going to get his own back this evening, so this could be fun. First and foremost, beers, arm yourselves, people.
Cheers.
Yes.
God, you're all halfway through your drinks already. Slange.
Just saying it.
To your health, folks. Right, it is late at night. We've already had a day filming. We've got another day filming to go tomorrow. So we're going to keep this just to an hour. I think we'll just go straight in, crack on with the questions and see where it takes us.
Yep. Sounds good.
Right, lovely job. First off, folks, we will go to Patreon. So that's / no, it's not. It's patreon.com/TeapotOne. First one, Paul Creasy. Question, what made you... here we go. What made you choose Bruce for the show?
Tom.
Go on, Tom.
His Facebook following. No.
Wasn't my devilishly good looks anyway.
I've known quite a long time now, haven't I?
Yeah. I think from before, probably in the build up to my, as a record, we're straight in for my round the world trip.
Oh really? Did you go around the world?
36
Talk
seconds.
about that, Tom.
Yeah, and I think obviously I knew you from kind of back in the day, and I think the key thing for me was making sure we had good chemistry between the three presenters. And
How's that going?
you all have great chemistry. The issue is that you have such great chemistry that trying to kind of keep you in line is troublesome. But
Juggling cats.
I think you came to mind immediately, to be honest, just because I knew that you and Graham would get on well. I had a few ideas about bringing Kristy on board, and I knew that three of you, I knew you all and knew the chemistry would work, I think. So it was mostly about chemistry.
Like it.
That's right.
Paul's got a second question. For Bruce, with the upcoming show getting closer to release, have you found yourself getting more nervous than you normally would before releasing a YouTube video? No, I'm not. I don't get nervous, but what I've found really hard to do is being told what to say, like having like, not necessarily a script, but I found it really hard when you said, right, this, like that MV Augusta was the first one I filmed just with you, and it totally threw me because I just make all my bollocks up on the spot, as you probably know if you watch my vids. And to have like some direction, I've found really, really weird trying to switch to that.
It's very, I mean, there was that minute in the MV Augusta thing where you're like, tell us what you think in the comments. I was like, Bruce, it's TV, there are no comments.
But yeah, I don't really get nervous, but just, I kind of, yeah, I'm a bit of fish out of water, really, to be honest. It's really different to like the YouTube filming. It's a totally different medium. So, and
it's, as we said as well, they're not necessarily reviews as you would review a bike. What we're actually doing is telling a story around a bike. Yeah. It's not, we don't expect people to watch what we do and then go, I shall buy that bike. That's not where you want to get advice on whether to buy a bike. But yeah, never buy a bike based on what you see in our show.
Come to TeapotOne.
Yeah, go to TeapotOne and you'll get a proper review.
Right, cheers for that, Paul. Next one, Carl Lidlaw. Hi, hope you're all well. My question, why is it all about me? My question is, what's the most annoying thing Bruce does while you're filming or spending the day with him?
Talk.
It's a bit harsh.
You didn't have the mic.
I didn't do it. I said talk.
I should have a Kevlar jacket on my back here.
I don't know. What is?
So what do you
You're
think?
not that annoying, actually. You're far less annoying than Graham.
I was just going to say, I don't find anything annoying about you, unlike Kristy.
There's no retakes in this one.
What's your name?
Who knows? Who cares?
Wow. The most annoying thing about Bruce.
Here we go.
You got quite hangry today, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, you
I
did.
do. Yeah. I did say that to you, even on the MV Augusta. I said I if I don't drink or get food in me, I get really angry and irritable.
And yeah, today didn't really, we won't spoil it, but it didn't really go to plan, did it?
Today didn't.
There wasn't a nice happy lunch break.
I sort of said what I thought, and I don't know if that will make the cut.
Oh, it's always makes
I hope it does.
Yeah, today we've been filming the electric segment today. We're doing a bit of a road trip on electric bikes, and well,
It's not quite gone to plan, is
it's not really gone to plan at all. But I mean, there's a hell of a story there, isn't there?
absolutely.
So wait till you see it, folks. Hope you enjoy it when it comes out. Right, next one. Mark Fulcher. Me mate, Fulch. Out me ducks. Going to dive in early before the more sensible questions pile in. I think you're a bit late there, Mark. Firstly, if I may, congratulations to Kristy on those leathers. Well, that's you. There we go. We all know which ones I'm on about. If she ever fancies a pillion ride and she's in the area, just shout up.
I will, Mark, thank you.
So, question for you all. I'm keeping my GSX-R 1000R, however, as my little lad gets older, he's only nearly... I'm keeping my GSX-R 1000R, however, as my little lad gets older, he's only nearly 2, but won't be long before he's jumping on the back. Which bike would you go for that's not a bloody GS, and that's still a sporty fun ride, but capable of chucking a pillion on and travelling around a bit? Not an adventure bike.
Your bike.
S1000 XR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does the job.
Yeah, I would say it's going to be, in the real world, pretty much every bit as fast as its sports brother, the pure sports brother. But you can easily ride it 2 up, take all your luggage. I mean, it's basically the same engine. I mean, it's tuned slightly differently, but still 160 horsepower. And it's the only bike in 6 years of reviews, when I owned my 1190 KTM, that ever made me think I would chuck in the KTM for a different bike. And in the end I did.
Okay.
So there you go.
But the new one looks ugly.
But the new one is ugly as sin.
I like the new one. I like the new one. I prefer that over the old.
It's got a big shelf on the top of it.
I like the angles on it. I quite liked it.
Yeah, I like angles, but not that. That was just a...
Not that angle.
Not that angular.
No.
Yeah.
What about you, Kristy? Pillion bike. Talking to the mic.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the Triumph Triton, it can,
It's not that great a bike.
It's so mean.
It's an okay bike. It's an okay bike.
It doesn't really matter what my opinion is, so clearly, let's just talk about the leathers again.
Tom?
Well, from a pillion point of view, it's got to be the Honda Goldwing.
I was going to say a Goldwing.
Because you're
Absolutely,
basically, they do 2 versions, and I can't remember which version it is, but one of the versions just has this basically an armchair.
The tourer.
That's a fair shout.
Yeah.
Fair shout.
Yeah, but no child.
For a pillion, yeah, that would just be...
No child or young adult would want to be seen dead on that.
They would as soon as they sat in it.
No.
As soon as they sat in it.
The new one.
It's the most ugliest bike.
Have you not seen the new one?
Of course I've seen the new one. It's just
gorgeous.
Think it's hideous.
I love it. I was never a Goldwing fan, but
I love the old school ones.
yeah, I just never did anything for me.
There was something about them. I'm not saying I ever wanted to own one, but I knew people who did own them. And
Yeah.
I think it was the first time I'd ever come across groups of people who were in a motorbike club like that, and they used to put their trailers in the back and go and meet every other weekend.
Pull that up to your mouth.
Yeah, go and meet every other weekend on their Goldwings with trailers, which is not something I'd ever wanted to do, but there was just something about those old angular sort of buckety type bikes.
Yeah, it just never did anything for me, the old, but I really do like the new, totally. It was like on my lot, TMF, Chops and Richie Vida that got me to ride one, because they kept telling me how bloody good it was, and yeah, once I rode it, I understood.
I haven't ridden one yet.
Awesome. Have you not?
No.
Oh,
It's on my to-do list.
even my missus turned round to me and said, I like this, buy one, but £32,000, you're going to be waiting a while.
It's got reverse though.
It has got a reverse.
I've ridden one.
You like it?
Yeah, I did actually. I mean, it's quite a lot of power, and it's a very weird seating position if you're not used to it. But yeah, I quite like
I found it there wasn't as much power as I was expecting, but as in top end, because it's limited to like 114,
got a
I
lot
think
down
it is.
the bottom.
But once you get it on the backcountry twisties, that's where that bike really hit home.
And
with
it's
me.
not a bike that you expect to be
No.
nice around the twisties.
Yeah.
You expect it to be good in a straight line.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
big,
Motorways,
but actually,
dual carriageways.
go just smooth.
Yeah.
It's great fun.
Yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah,
So,
you just got
Fulch, 30 odd grand, go and buy yourself a gold one, mate. Secondly, have any of you ever had honey on cheese? It's a game changer, trust me. Yes, mate, I have.
Yeah.
Honey on cheese.
Yeah, Manchego.
No.
What?
No.
Manchego cheese. It's a salty cheese, have it with honey.
He's posh.
Absolutely.
Graham's posh, isn't he? Posh. I just put like just honey on
Cheddar.
Cheddar, that was it. Yeah.
Pre-grated
on my
Tesco's
cracker.
value cheddar.
Right, next one. Chris Murphy. Even in all, hope filming is going well. Can't wait for the show. My question: out of all the bikes you've tested or owned, sub 10 grand, which was the best for long distance riding?
Definitely not the Zero.
Yeah,
I don't think it's sub 10 grand, is it?
Sub 10
It's not
grand.
sub 10 grand.
Sub 10 grand.
Do you know,
How much was the...
the first thing that springs to mind here for me is the little bikes. It's like the wee
Seven, I
Cub,
think.
the Honda Cub. Just, it's, what is it, 3 grand, 4 grand, something like that for a brand spanking new one. And it munches the miles up. It's not quick at all. But Fish, when we did the Big Little Adventure, Fish had like a full-on milk crate on the back with all his luggage. He's a good 18, 19 stone dry. So, and that little Cub coped with everything that got thrown at it. Off-road, everything. Okay, I mean, it's not a sexy, glamorous touring bike, but it does it. And people have gone around the world on them. They've gone, across the Sahara on them. They've done all sorts on them.
I've gone...
What?
I've gone across...
What, on a Cub?
Yeah.
Did you do it on a Cub?
Yeah.
You were on a 250, weren't you?
Oh yeah, no, I was on a Honda 200. Sorry, I did it.
Oh,
with,
it's just like a Cub.
I did it with a load of people on Super Cubs, but I was on a.
You cheated. I had a GX.
No, because I had a
Sand buggy.
Towing all the scooters a long road.
Honda 200 Bentley or something like that. I don't know.
So,
But it's only because I needed more speed so I could get ahead and film and stuff like that. But
gotcha.
so no, I haven't done that at all.
Sub 10 grand. Tourer.
In a similar vein, if I was going to go way lower, Sinister, the one you took around the country, which when we did our little adventure around Wales a couple of winters ago, I thought it was amazing. It didn't get any kind of looks from people like the Honda Cub did, or your
Harold
Maverick,
Maverick.
but just kind of properly capable and did everything. Not particularly exciting.
I think maybe, we're going sub 10 grand brand new, like a brand new bike, sub 10 grand. But I think, for 10 grand, you could get yourself, how much is the V-Strom these
That's
days?
what I was thinking of,
like a 650 V-Strom.
I think even 1,000 might be 10 grand.
Is it?
Might be.
Yeah, I mean, the V-Strom is an often
Or just
overlooked.
over, yeah.
It's often an overlooked bike, isn't it? It's really capable, but it's just. I'm doing it a disservice by saying this, but it's like a bargain basement type thing. That's kind of what people think. It's a bargain basement adventure bike, but it's really not. It's a damn good
What
bike.
frustrates me with the
Really
new
good
stock
engine.
now is they've done that. The new 1050 XT has that amazing retro rally look to it,
Yeah.
and you think, oh, brilliant. The engine just doesn't live up to the looks.
Right.
And so you get on it expecting to feel like you're on one of these old retro bikes. And then you have this wonderfully smooth Suzuki engine, which is nothing wrong with it at all. But the bike looks very exciting, but when you ride it, it just wasn't. I think that's a shame.
Yeah, definitely.
But sub 10 grand is difficult because there aren't many. Yeah, I don't know my prices of bikes well enough to be able to go that sub, So you tend to go very. But I would say if I was going to do some touring, because I got Himalayan.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Royal Enfield Himalayan. I
A
think
lot of
would
people
be
go on
one.
about it. I've never ridden one, but
I really liked it.
Yeah.
When I rode it, I was super impressed. Capable off-road and actually really comfy on the road.
What?
Off-road.
Just maniacs, psychopaths. And I think, like a touring bike, one person's touring bike is another's nightmare, really, to be honest. So it's like, what do you think is a touring bike? I think you can tour on anything, can't you? It just depends what sort of comfort levels you're looking for, what performance you're looking for. You can have a pillion with you. Just get out there and find a bike that you enjoy and just go out and do the miles on it. Yeah. You're going to say it. I didn't ask you because you were going to say try.
I was going to say, no, I
That's true.
wasn't. Not
Wow.
for touring. I was actually going to say cub. But you took the words right out of my mouth, so there's no point.
Right.
Continue.
Next one, Brian McManus. How you doing, Brian? Hi to you all, and I hope all is well in your worlds. First, please feed Kristy as much drink as she wants. A drunk Kristy can only be a better thing. Second, what's the worst backhanded compliment you could give someone?
A drunk Kristy. That's mine.
Backhanded compliment. Ooh. I'm trying to think of I'm just trying to think of all the things my mother's ever said.
I was going to say.
You're not a bad shag when you're drunk? Not to your mother, obviously.
Yeah, why did that pop into your head as soon as you mentioned his mum? What's going on here, Drew?
Okay. Someone say that to you once. You're looking at me as if someone said that to me.
You're not a bad shag when
you're not bad when you're drunk. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Right, Tom, me and you.
I think my mum did say once.
You've got issues. You
Yeah,
need
I
a
know.
couch for this. don't you? Your mum. Yeah.
You used to be very handsome when you weren't fat.
Oh,
That was. I know.
There's nothing,
I'm glad she's never going to watch
there's nothing
this.
complimentary about that at all. That's just mean.
Well, no, because she was saying I was good looking.
But you're still good looking now.
Not like, thank you.
should we leave the room?
Awkward. Oh God, I can't think of any. TMF's full of these kind of compliments for me. What did he say about? He's saying something about my podcast today. He said he was driving on a long journey in the car and all he had was brew time to keep himself company. And I said, "Oh, you're lucky you didn't put yourself to sleep." And he said, "No, on the contrary. Apart from your usual inane drivel, the guests were actually pretty damn good." I was like, "Oh, thanks very much. Cheers, Andy. Thank you."
And it's the same in this situation.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
That was like, yeah.
Right, next one. Adam86. Hi all. Really looking forward to the new show. I'm just wondering, what's it really like There's another one. What's it really like working with Bruce? How often do you have to wait for him to readjust his beard in between takes?
The biggest issue with Bruce and his beard is how I have to it's exactly where I normally put a mic. So he'll do this and you'll hear as his beard moves. So we have to he has a different mic placement to pretty much everyone else because of his beard.
I like to be different.
Yeah. Other than
Anyone
that,
else got something to say? Anyone?
I've never seen you having to get makeup into your beard or anything like that. So no.
We're always done, We're always done and sat there waiting for Kristy.
you never have to sit there and go, oh wait a second, I've got to get my eyelashes done.
Flinch as well.
See, I'm sitting next to you, I'm saying your name properly.
Yeah.
Take the glass bottles away. Ashley Wright. Yes, I've been looking forward to another podcast with the Motorbike TV crew. Well, we're here.
Yay.
Kristy, crack open another bud. You know you want to.
What do you all think of me?
My question. I've been known to embarrass myself on more than one occasion whilst being slightly inebriated. So what's the most embarrassing story you can think of after a few too many sherbets? Thanks, Ash. Oh, drunk stories. Come on.
So many.
You must have loads. Take the mic. Remember, we've only got an hour. Can't even remember what time we started.
I've got more embarrassing stories when I'm just living my normal life. Like my whole life is just one long embarrassment. And the people who know me really well will vouch for it. But the one really... It's not a drunk one because I don't think I can tell any of the drunk ones. But a really quick story was that I had a job interview once And it was funny enough. It was for a department of the police force in the administration. And so I went into this job interview, and I was clearly just picked as as like a number just to fit. They have to interview a certain amount of people in a certain age group, in a certain et cetera, et cetera. It was clearly just that I was really underqualified for the role, blah, blah, blah. And I sat there with these two lovely gentlemen, and I was doing much what I do now, just being really happy and confident and yay, talking. And neither of them could look at me for longer than a couple of seconds. And I was starting to get really paranoid. They were looking at me and then getting really kind of a bit sort of look down or look away. And the interview was going on, and it was obviously just getting a little bit sort of non-directional, and they just started wrapping it up really quickly. And the next thing you know, they were just like, right, okay, well, thanks for coming in. And I was like, I really haven't done, I've done really shit here, and I felt really, really bad about myself, blah, blah, blah. And so they were like, thank you, we'll be in touch. And as I went back downstairs, I went to the ladies' room before I made my journey home. And as I went in and looked in the mirror, I'd been sat there with my blouse undone.
God.
Accidentally on purpose.
No. So I sat for this interview, and these two men, God love them, they couldn't even bring themselves to say, oh, I'm so sorry, your buttons are undone, you're exposing yourself again.
They might have thought that you thought that was a way of getting the job. Can I have the job, please?
Well, this is the thing, the most embarrassing thing of this story wasn't the fact that I just stood there and was like, oh my God, I've just done it with the tits out. It was the fact that I was unsuccessful in the role. Anyway. So yeah, even with the girls out, I still didn't get the job. So that's my most embarrassing story.
Was for like an HR position though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we can beat that story.
No, I know. Do try though. You must have drunk stories. You have got to have drunk stories.
That you can tell.
I can tell.
Yeah.
No.
There was this one threesome story, but I just
Wasn't expecting that.
No, do continue.
It just was. The outcome wasn't what I expected. It was.
Was it just two other guys?
Three guys
in the back. Was like, did you forget to get the girl to come to the threesome?
In your head, you have this kind of picture of it just being the most amazing experience.
What's the threesome?
And it just wasn't.
Oh.
It just wasn't. It was actually shit.
Did you do anything?
One of those times, right?
Yeah.
Were you just an excuse for the two girls to get together? Is that what it was?
Did you do
I'm not saying anymore.
Did you do a Ross from Friends and go and make a sandwich and just start thinking about the sandwiches? That's what it was.
Who said there was two girls?
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Don't assume. Never assume.
Good point.
Well, no, don't worry.
Tom, can you beat the threesome?
No. No. I mean, I don't drink, so I mean, yeah. I mean, I used to drink a bit in uni, and I was just a miserable drunk. No one likes me drunk. I'm a complete miserable drunk. I'm much better off. I'm much more happy when I'm not drunk. So.
I was a happy naked drunk at uni. I just got, cause I was into rugby and we just got naked all the time.
Fantastic.
Pretty
What is it
much
with rugby players
constantly
and
getting
getting naked. I remember having to look after in halls rugby players, and they're always naked.
Yeah.
Just balls out, isn't it? All the time.
You call them naked bar. It's got to be done, isn't it? I remember we were sponsored. Our uni rugby team was sponsored by this. I think it was like an It's a Scream. You know the chain pubs that used to be. One called It's a Scream, and it was down the road from the Union. And he sponsored us and gave us all our kit and stuff. And another pub opened up like a door, 2 doors down from this pub. So the manager said to us after a game, we were all in having drinks, and he said, "Listen, I'll buy all your beer all night if you go in next door and trash that pub." Because it was their opening night. And we were like, yeah, all right, okay. So there's about 40 of us went into this bar, and we weren't like going to physically trash the pub, but the idea was go in there, start singing our song, strip ball it naked, ruin the lunch and drive everyone out of his place into the other bar. Well, we went in there and I think we did Sunshine Mountain or Singing in the Rain or something like that. So we ended up with about 50 of us bollock naked singing. And the manager of the pub came out and shook the captain's hand and said, "This is the best night I think I've ever had in the pub." And he paid for our beer in there. So we stayed in that pub. But yeah, I spent a lot of my time naked in Glasgow. A lot of my time naked. Not in threesomes, just in the street.
That's the best way.
That'll do, yeah. Now I'm a good boy. Next one, Colonel Bullen. Great to have everyone back on. One simple question. Who is the faffer between you lot? Who's the one everyone always waits for? I can't wait to watch the new show.
Well, if we're talking presenters, Kristy, but let's be honest, most of the time it's me faffing around with camera gear and trying to sort out all the mics and things.
Yeah, but you are like writing the theme tune, playing the theme tune, singing the theme tune, and recording the theme tune.
Yeah.
So you've got quite a lot going on there. It's not like there's a gaffer running
If
about.
it is one of those things where I'm like, right, I'm ready to go, and then suddenly Kristy will be like, okay, cool. Just going to do my makeup.
Yeah.
Should I go to the toilet?
If we have to get up at 6 o'clock tomorrow, what time do you have to get up?
If you get up at 6, what time are we leaving?
7:30.
7:30. No, if we leave at 7:30, I'll get up at 6 tomorrow.
What?
And we'll get up at 7?
7.
25 past.
Yeah. Well, I was up at 10 to 4 this morning for us to leave at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's because I didn't have a wash.
It's noted. Right, next one, Kevin Beecham. Hi to all, hope you're all well. Having binge watched Adventure Bike TV on YouTube, I'm looking forward to catching up with your new venture. I love the teasers you've posted and seeing you all having fun. Pardon me. Yeah, what's happened to the teasers? I only saw a couple.
We only saw the one, haven't we?
They're all on YouTube.
Yeah, they're all there.
They're
Are they all
all
there?
yeah.
Have you tagged us in them? I don't think I've seen.
I've only had the electric shocker one, haven't we?
I've seen the electric one, and I saw somebody told me about the bike race one. So I've seen that.
They're all there.
Yeah, I've watched
Oh, I
them.
haven't seen any others.
They're all on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to watch.
I think we need to work on
We should
communication in this.
we should watch them and do reaction videos. They're really big right now on YouTube, aren't they?
My question to you all is will the new show be on YouTube or a popular streaming service? Best of luck and sandy bottoms with those wets.
Okay, the show will be on. Its main place will be on Motorsport TV, which is available worldwide, and it's free on Motorbike. Motorsport TV have a streaming service, it's like a Netflix, but specifically for motoring kind of stuff. Although they're called Motorsport TV, they do a whole load of motoring content. They used to be Motors TV. Do you remember Motors TV?
Yeah.
And they've kind of morphed into, as many have, over into a kind of digital platform. You can download the app to watch it on Apple and Google Play. And they do have content on there that you can subscribe to, but we're not under that. That's part of the deal we have with them, that it is 100% free. You don't even have to sign up if you don't want to. You can just go straight on there and watch it. It will also be on Amazon Video, which is not the free service, so it's like 99 pence an episode, but you get to keep it forever. And it's and it will also be on Dunlop, our main sponsor's website, for free. So those are the 3 places you can watch it.
Just in case anybody's not been keeping up with the Joneses, originally it was going to be on Amazon Prime. Could you just quickly summarise what happened there?
Amazon, in their great awesomeness, they, out of the blue, they decided that they were going to stop new non-fiction content going on. This happened about a week before Adventure Bike TV's new series was meant to go on there, which kind of threw us into a bit of a panic. They didn't give anyone any notice. They're basically working their way through a backlog of content at the moment. Sadly, Adventure Bike TV, starting with an A, was one of the first ones I got to. But essentially what they're doing is they're going through, and all their non-fiction content, if it hasn't got enough viewing figures, it goes entirely, just disappears. If it's got good viewing figures, like we had for Adventure Bike TV, it goes onto the paid service, so 99p an episode. Obviously, we want as many people to see it as possible, so we want to have it on a free platform. The reason we don't do YouTube is this isn't really a kind of YouTube show. YouTube is very much about, short form content, people being able to watch things nice and quickly. What we make is an hour long sit down show. People don't tend to sit down to watch YouTube. So it has, we've got a kind of better place to put it that goes in line with what it is. It's a TV show and it goes on a TV channel. But yes, the Amazon thing was very frustrating, and it's still going on there. There's still lots of content that is slowly coming off. And you can't submit new non-fiction content to there if you want it to be on Prime. You also can't. They've stopped doing short films as well.
Yeah.
So it's there's a lot of people actually who have a very similar business model to what we have, but they've gone under. I mean, Amazon have slowly, when we first decided to go onto Amazon, we were really excited because we were like, I'm not sure we need a sponsor because they pay 17 pence for every hour watched, and we knew that our figures were enough that we were going to get less. And then not long before we put the first time, we told everyone it was going on Amazon Prime, and then they went, actually, we've changed our minds. From the 1st of January, it will go down to 2 pence an hour.
Awesome.
Which is a massive drop. But the great thing is, if you got your show onto Amazon before the 1st of January, this was 2019, you would, if you got it on before, you'd still be allowed the old structure. Strangely, when we submitted it in November, there was a bit of delay. And there was a big delay, and suddenly it went live on the 2nd of January.
Wow.
Strange, that.
Weird that, isn't it? So yeah. Yes. I mean, I don't love Amazon, but there's
We can tell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Move on.
Long and short of it, Motorsport TV and Dunlop website. Get yourself on there, you'll be able to watch it for free. Last one from Patreon, Pete English. Nice one, Pete. Good to have you back, pal. Hi guys, hope you're all fitting well. Really looking forward to the TV series. My question to you all: if you could choose, would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button attached to your life? Ooh. All the best and live your life. Ooh. That's got to be pause, isn't it? Pause.
Yeah.
Straight away, pause.
Yeah, I like to pause stuff.
Dirty pervert in me.
What you want
Pause.
is you want pause. You want to combine pause with being able to go anywhere you like, a teleport as well. So you can pause, go somewhere, steal money.
That's just not
and then
realistic,
teleport
is it? That's just not realistic.
Weirdly, Claire, who presents Adventure Bike TV, we had a 4-hour conversation on the way back from a space, and we were kind of saying, if you could pause time, but you had no idea, you once you reanimated time, you didn't know whether you'd be able to pause time ever again. So what could you do within that? How could you use that time of being paused to make yourself rich without it being illegal? And we could not think of a thing.
No.
4 hours worth of time. Everything was illegal. So basically, steal money.
Would we all go pause, or would anyone do rewind?
Pause.
No, not rewind, pause. For sure.
Yeah, pause. Me too.
I
Pause.
have a friend who says, I would love to go back to being a student knowing what I know now. And to my mind, that doesn't work, because what made those days special was not knowing.
Yeah.
The naivety.
It was the
Yeah.
naivety completely.
Yeah. I just kind of think like even if it's a mistake, everything has landed you to this point, and So I wouldn't rewind at all.
I mean, thinking
pause
about
so
it, I could
much, though.
rewind, go
So
back
much.
and change presenters.
Right, we've moved across onto Instagram now. We've done all the Patreon ones. I'm battering through these folks because
Might be,
and it's cracking on late here, so we'll have to keep this fairly
it's
short.
11:10.
So we're on Instagram, that's at TeapotOne Insta. Right way McDetail. We've covered this, but not in this specific way. Will Motorbike TV be available on any of the Sky channels? Is Motorsport TV on the Sky package, do we know?
I thought it was, but
I don't know, if I'm honest. I don't know.
I thought it was a Sky channel.
It used to be when it was motors. I don't think it is anymore. I think it's just a straight up streaming service now.
Yeah, I remember I used to get motors, but
but they've changed
not
over.
seen
So
Motorsport
no,
TV.
it won't be, because it's not part of a kind of scheduled TV thing. It's part of a streaming service.
So I think you'll probably just need to go onto Motorsport TV website or get the app and watch it that way, or just go into dunlop.co.uk
Is the app there? See,
and watch it there. Right, road solace to all of you. If you broke down and had to ride pillion with one of the others, who would you choose and why?
Graham, without a shadow of doubt, Graham, because I've already done it. Because we broke down in Africa and I had to sit on the back of his bike for hours, and we're not. And in the end, you got so fed up because I weigh a little bit. You got so fed up that you put Danny on the back, and I drove Danny's bike.
It wasn't a case of being fed up. It was just mechanics. Between you and I, we weighed 40 stone almost. We were at every bump. And of course, this was a point at which we were going across the worst non-existent roads, and every bump we were growing out suspension.
Kind of, what was it?
It was just Danny's face when we suggested that you swap bikes. His face, he's the most companionable person on a trip. He doesn't complain about anything. Apart from that one.
What is he said? I was like, because I weigh a lot more. He said, don't give me your sob stories.
On camera.
What about you, Kristy?
Oh, I don't know, because
it's me, isn't it?
Yeah. No, right. With all due respect to everyone, I love you all dearly, and you would all offer me something unique and individual, I'm sure, but I go Bruce.
Would you?
Yeah.
Are you insane?
Wow. So I
And it's because of the way you held that.
Just to be clear, we're looking for a female presenter for next year's show.
Speak into the mic. I don't know what you're saying.
I just think you would be your riding style. I think I would enjoy.
Yeah, I'm giving you evils, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I can see that they're pouring into my skull. I just prefer to be with Bruce. I love Bruce. I love everyone. Hang on a minute. I noticed nobody's choosing. Hang on, nobody's choosing me.
Then.
No, nobody's choosing me in this scenario.
Sorry, wait a second.
See how you treat the mic.
Wait a second. How many bikes have you reviewed?
Have I what?
How many bikes have you reviewed?
Lots.
How many of them have
ended up where? Say it. Go on.
On their side?
Half, I think. 3/4, maybe all. I'm clumsy. I'm little.
The great thing is,
I was going to say that's why we're not getting on the back.
not one of them is when you're actually riding. Every single one has been when you've just been like standing still and just randomly just fell over with the bike for some bizarre reason.
I have never come off a bike riding it or doing anything like that. It is just. I know. But no, in all honesty, it is just when I look at it or stand by it or just go near it. I'm clumsy. But none of you pick me.
Graham hasn't gone yet.
Oh, I thought you had.
Who would you
I'm not going to pick anybody.
You have to. That's how it works.
I don't want anybody hating me for picking somebody and missing anybody out.
Yeah, but we all know you're going to pick me.
I'm trying to say everyone hates me now.
Because Bruce is fucking terrifying, and you drop bikes, so...
Of course I'll pick you.
Thank you, man. It's good having you as an extra producer.
Weak. Right,
me and you, Bruce.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't need you guys.
JW McTavish, what's your dream bike and why? Good luck with the show. Dream bike.
Well, for me, this has changed.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry. For me, this has changed recently.
Don't say the Trident.
No.
Please, God, don't
It
do
really is my dream. No, my dream bike would now be the Langen 250 two-stroke, and purely because it's a two-stroke on a road bike.
You just want to hang it on a wall and look at it.
It literally is art. It's artwork, and it's beautiful, and it smells like
Should we get you a room?
Yeah, me and the Langen, just me and the Langen. So yeah, that would actually be my dream bike now, and I'd happily either ride it or hang it on the wall. It's beautiful. So there.
Right.
Thanks.
You lads.
I'm caught between two.
Right.
And this may surprise you, strangely enough. The GPZ 900R.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the first superbike I ever knew as a superbike.
Yeah.
And because Tom Cruise rode it in Top Gun.
Yeah.
And a Ducati 916. Because it is the first motorbike I saw that, to my mind, was a thing of beauty. And I wouldn't have it to ride, I would have it in my sitting room to look at.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd go down a similar line. You know, the one I had on my wall as a kid, Kawasaki Ninja ZX, is it 7RR?
With
the big fat air intakes on either side. Yeah, that was a 7RR, wasn't it?
ZX7.
ZX7RR. Was
Yeah,
it? Yeah. Yeah, that one. And yeah, I mean, it's just the thing that frustrates me about old motorbikes is that some of them still look great from the front, but I find the thing that dates motorbikes is the rear lights.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, look how beautiful and smooth it is to the front. Oh, we get to the back, let's just shove a square light on it. It's like,
I think I own. I've got my dream bike, and it's not the GS. It's not. Growing up, I was always Gixxers. You know, the blue and white Gixxer. That was the poster bike for me. And I've had Gixxers. The what?
The Olympics bike.
Oh yeah, Peggy. you still got to see that one. I still got her, by the way. She's still going. But excuse me.
you put the chain back on.
No, I haven't. No, but the engine goes lovely when the ignition works. But yeah, the Gixxer was my sort of dream bike, and I've got one. So that's that. Right, Dave Williams 02. When's the show going live?
Soon.
We hope end of September.
This September.
Yeah,
September.
as in the end of this month. The show will be done by the end of September. It then depends how long, once I've sent it to the channels, how long it takes them to get it up on their end. So normally the fastest to get them up is Dunlop, if you're desperate to watch it. Motorsport TV takes usually a couple of weeks.
Okay. But it'll all be across the socials anyway, so make sure you're following the Motorbike TV show, and obviously myself anyway, and we'll post up and let you know when it's all going live.
Kristy would really appreciate it if you followed her as well.
Oh yeah.
She's a bit of a, you know...
And she loves...
Needy.
Gents, she loves all the messages you're sending her on the DMs, so keep them coming.
Loads of DMs about her outfit. That would be great.
Picture messages she keeps getting sent.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah. Robert Newman, 27. Hey all, hope you're all doing great. All good, thank you. Cheers, Robert. Question for all. When on a long journey, what is your go-to food at the services? I can't resist a caramel custard donut from Greg's. If you never had one, you need to try one. It'll change your life. Right. Go-to snack at services.
Trek bars.
Mine's the grenade ones. You know those grenades?
Yeah.
I'll grab one of
The
them.
salted caramel Trek bars for me. They're lush.
I have about 12.
Yeah.
Greg's sausage rolls.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Think of your arteries, Graham.
No!
I'm not thinking about them. That's the whole point.
When we did the Arctic bike-off. We're up in... Where were we? Finland?
Arctic.
No, Norway.
Norway. In Norway, they have these amazing hot dogs where you buy the hot dog and they've injected cheese into the hot dog.
They were
They're
glorious.
just amazing.
That's vile. That is
You could just
absolute-
taste the additives.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Taste the heart attack.
It was,
and you just didn't care.
Jesus.
it was, yeah. They were brilliant,
care.
weren't they?
They were.
Yeah. They should bring them to the UK.
Well then, Druid, what would you have?
I tend to go for If there's a Marks and Spencer's hanging around, I always go for the pine nut and spinach pasta snack pot. But if all else fails,
She went to a posh Welsh then.
if all else fails, it was that earlier, wasn't it? It was the orange mini. What are you taking a pick at me for?
You were always posh. You were always posh. Kick your fucking head in.
That was my fun voice. That was my sales voice. My presenting voice.
You did go quite posh when you presented.
Thank you.
Do you do the voiceover for the adverts?
For the Marks and Spencer's.
Chocolate dribbled.
Wow. Right. Last
This
one
is
on
M&S
Instagram. Radio
M&S
412.
Phone me on Slackline.
Oh, what's this mean? Which we sent the slack lines.
Just to clarify that, she was trying to say tagline and slogan at the same time, and she just went, "Oh, it's my Slack line."
It's a great thing. It's a new TV show coming soon on Amazon Prime.
That sounds like something you can phone in and pay for.
I'm on it.
Right, last one of Instagram. Radio 412. Which licenses would you do next if there were no boundaries, from submarine to spacecraft and from forklift to Formula One? So,
Formula One.
What would you want to drive, ride, fly?
Formula One. Yeah.
Formula
For Formula One. Yeah. I'd like to rag that around the track. That'd be awesome. I doubt they'd let me, but
I wouldn't even get the thing off the start line.
I reckon I would. I reckon I'd be pretty good. In all honesty.
Move over, Hamilton.
Yeah. Out the way, US.
Fighter pilot.
Ooh.
Yes, we chatted about this, didn't we, in the last podcast? Yeah. What plane would you? What fly? What would you fly? What plane?
Oh, I'm pretty out of touch with them now, but the thing I would have wanted to fly would have been Harriers.
And why? Why that, G?
I'd always wanted to be a fighter pilot.
'Cause it's cool.
Ever since I was a small child.
Someone didn't listen to the last podcast Graham was on.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he didn't know all of this.
Obviously.
But the thing that started off was that as a kid, I lived in America for a while, went to Cape Canaveral, and they told me as a 5-year-old that if you wanted to become an astronaut, you needed to be a fighter pilot first. Because that's how it used to happen. It used to be fighter pilot, test pilot.
Yeah.
All the old school astronauts were test pilots first.
Yeah.
So that's what got me into thinking, eventually, if I want to be an astronaut, fighter pilot first.
Because obviously astronaut is every kid's like goal.
But in the end, that kind of drifted away. It was fighter pilot. That was it. That was the thing. But yeah.
Tom?
It would probably have to be, if I was going to be completely unrealistic, it would be like, right, okay, I want to fly SpaceX to Mars,
cool.
to Mars when they get to Mars.
Oh God, yeah.
When are we going to Mars?
Soon.
That would be quite cool.
Sooner than you think.
When am I going?
But if I was being more realistic, if it was some sort of racing, I like Formula One, but I would probably go Le Mans. Endurance. I like the thing of endurance racing. So
I want to be an Apache gunship pilot. Or the gunner.
That is.
Yeah. Oh, mega.
Wow.
Or the rear gunner. Wait, on a Chinook.
That's
How cool does that look?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the money shot. Yeah.
that's the guy just hanging out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up.
That's the cool one in the Hollywood films, isn't
That's
it?
the one.
Yeah.
The tail end Charlie, that's what he's called.
Yeah. Right, cross on to Facebook. There's only a few here. Peter McNaughty. I have recently come a cropper with corrosion on my GS. What? And was introduced to ACF 50 for ultimate protection. Any thoughts or tips on usage? Yes, atomize it, ACF 50. If you can.
How? I can't atomise mine for love nor money.
Can you not? Have you tried using the pump spray that they have?
It just goes
No.
with a
Okay.
dribble.
Do you have a compressor at home? No. Watch a vid by TMF. TMF did it about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was actually quite interesting. And it was about applying ACF 50 via a little handy gizmo, which he bought on Amazon, I think, that fits to a compressor, and it atomizes the ACF 50 and gets it everywhere on your bike. That ACF 50, awesome stuff. I'm going to give a little plug to my mate Pete Ham Sandwich for his Super Shield Supreme Coat. Super Shield Auto is his company, and they use that Supreme Coat, which is oh God, what do you call it? So, like a ceramic coating, but that has anti-corrosion stuff magic in it. So there's a link anyway down below on any of my vids. Make sure you check that out and have a look at his, because that is shit hot. My bike now is 2 years old, 12,000 odd miles on it. It's washed 3 times a year if it's lucky, and everything on that bike is as good as new. Right, cool. That'll do. Anyone else got any other input for ACF 50?
Nope.
Blank faces. Ross Monroe, how you doing, Ross? My question to Kristy and Graham would be: has Bruce ever mentioned he's been round the world?
Never.
Correct.
Not once. Ever. No.
Bruce,
Have you been around the world?
No. I don't like to talk about it. Let's move on. Simon Broom, hi all. Hope you're all well. My question is: what got you into bikes and biking, and what is your most special biking memory or moment? All the best for the new show. Oh, that's a goodie. Right, what got you in and top memory?
I can be very clear on mine. Never ever thought about bikes at all. When I was 15, my mate and I were going to make a go-kart, as in a powered go-kart. We bought an old step-through moped, one of the ones you had to push the pedals around to get the motor going, to take the engine out and put it in the go-kart. That engine never came out. That bike got raced around the woods, and that's what got me into bikes.
Mega.
The granny moped, we used to call them.
Nice. Tom?
I got into motorbiking for a really dull reason. I never was really into motorbikes, but I needed to commute from Bedford to Windsor for work. So it was kind of A1, M25, M4 every day. And, at rush hour, that's a good 2.5 hour journey. It can be some days.
Yeah.
So I got it for that. I bought a Yamaha Phaser, naked Phaser, 600.
So childish. So childish.
And that was, and then I kind of fell in love with it. Didn't watch Long Way Down first. Actually, I watched Race to Dakar first. There's an interesting memory for you. I remember first time I met Charlie Boardman face to face. We were doing an interview for Motorbike TV, and I was saying to him how much I really enjoyed the racing stuff with Race to Dakar, and I said, "Oh, but the theme song is just awful." I even did an impression of it. I was like, "Race to Dakar doesn't matter." I was like, "It's just awful." He went, "Yeah, my friend wrote that for me."
Yes. Sorry, Charlie, it's still awful.
Yeah, really is bad.
Your friend's rubbish.
No stereophonics, is it?
No. Yeah. There you go.
Whoopsie.
That was. Hi, you're my hero. Let me insult you.
Yeah. What got you into biking?
My granddad, who I refer to as my papa, we were over my nan and pop's house quite a lot as children, myself and my sister, and he was always in the garage, he was always cleaning the bike, I always just saw him, leaving, riding it and coming back home on it while I was there. It's just really the most special guy in my life, and he is the person that influenced me with bikes, and I used to sit down with him and watch lots of TTs, and he was a massive influence in riding. So my pop, my hero.
Nice one. And I reckon you all know anyway with me, it's my mum. Just always wanted to ride a bike, never done it, and she made me promise that I would do it before she passed away. So that was it. Had to be done. Right, next one.
What did you do? Then what did you do?
I was going to Dover for a Starbucks, and just kept going. I got on a boat, got a bit lost, and ended up back at Dover. Mini Pepper, If you only had £1,500 to... I think we covered this. If you only had £1,500 to buy a bike to overland with, what would it be and why? Love the podcast. Top man, thank you very much.
1,500?
Yeah, we didn't say we had sub 10 grand.
Overland with?
Yeah, 1,500 overland.
Well, the trouble is, the ones I would automatically think of are actually going back up in price, because I'd be like the BMW F650 Dakar. Great bike, but they've kind of settled at still around £4,000 now. Even pretty crappy ones, you still get about £4,000 for them.
Yeah, probably at the moment.
That's a very small amount.
Have just gone mental, haven't they?
Yeah, that's a very, very tiny amount.
£1,500 is not much.
You get a CR85 for it.
To take a bike that you're going to take. Well, I'm assuming you want to do around the world if you're saying overland, but if you're proper overlanding, that you're going to be putting a fair amount of stress through that bike. £1,500 isn't much at all.
Just steal one.
Solid advice from Tom McGregor.
I think for that amount of
Show
money.
you how. That's my next YouTube video.
Had a hot wire.
If you're going to spend that amount of money on the bike, then I'm assuming you're going to be quite technically proficient. You're quite handy with some spanners, because you will need to be. So just get the best thing that you can, whatever suits you, for your riding style, and the best bike you can get for that £1,500. And
you might find an old CRF,
maybe
250 or WR.
The trouble is, second-hand prices have gone sky high, because of lockdown especially. They've just gone sky high. So
I think one of the things you said once, which resonated with me, was don't worry about what bike it is.
Yeah.
As long as every time you look at it, it makes you smile.
Yeah.
You don't care if you're riding a super bike across a desert if it makes you smile.
Yeah.
You can ride. Well, we always say on Adventure Bike TV, any bike can be an adventure bike, which of course it can.
Yeah.
But I think it's a far less effort to get on a bike that makes you smile.
Definitely.
Than get on a bike that you're buying because you felt like it was the right one, and
that's what Jacques Lucasson said to me. Just take the bike that makes you smile.
Yeah.
So Jacques, if you've never heard of him, folks, Jacques Lucasson is the mental Dutch bloke that he's taken an R1, literally 4 or 5 years, went around the world. Just amazing things he did on that in like the 90s, wasn't it, or 2000s?
Is he still trying to do his Arctic thing?
Yeah, he's going to be heading up to actually ride.
So you guys did the big wide.
Big
he's
flat
riding.
back
He's going
tyre.
to ride to the North Pole. It's phenomenal. But Mini Pepper. People go on about what's the best overland bike, and as Tom just said, I've said it before. Like, there's no point in buying the best possible off-road bike that there is. If you can't off-road, what's the point? There's no point. By all means, if you know what you're doing off-road, then get a bike that you're comfortable with and that can let you enjoy using your skills. But if you're like me and haven't got a Scooby, just take any bike. Just any bike that you like.
Importantly,
Just take
if
it.
you're not good off-road, one of the best things you can do to help yourself off-road is not get a tall bike. Because obviously most off-road bikes are very, very tall, but if you're not good off-road, get a bike that you can easily get your feet down.
Yeah. Yep. Right, we've got 3 left here. We're cracking on because the time is ticking by here. Rhys Reynolds, with the evolution of electric bikes, where does that leave racing? The thunderous roar of the bikes is all part of the spectacle, or is electric bike racing better than I imagine? Yes, it is. Go and watch Moto E.
Yep.
But you have to be there and watch it, because I don't think it comes across on the TV.
No.
This is the thing. I think as a spectator, I don't think it is. I don't think you're going to get out of it what you get out of, like, say, MotoGP now. As a spectator.
See, now I disagree with that.
Well, you can, but
I will.
Don't. Basically, as a rider, then and especially now after doing our segment,
You don't need to stop in charge.
as riding it, you can get as much out of it as a fuel powered bike. But I just think as a spectator, I think it's gonna lack. I don't think you're going to get the same vibe out of it, the same sensation, the same rush, that same when it roars through your chest when you stood there. It's not going to
I
be like
used to
that.
think the same, but then my example would be, for instance, Formula E. Now, that's a very tuneful noise.
Thanks.
Formula E has some major advantages now that it's electric. I mean, the racing is really close, but also they can race places that you'd never normally be allowed to race. So they're setting up these amazing street courses around London and Paris and New York and things like that. No way, you'd never be able to take a normal Formula 1 car there and things like that. And it does open up a lot of other opportunities to make the racing good. And then you've got, for instance, the Extreme E Race Series, which is the off-road series that Lewis Hamilton's got a team in it, Jenson Button's got a team in it, Veloce's got a team. And the other thing they're doing great, so they always have they swap over the drivers halfway, and they have one female, one male. So you've got Jamie Chadwick, who won the first Formula W. She's in the Extreme E. And it's just fun. Shut up. It's the whole thing is, I think, actually allowing, because these Extreme E cars are going to places that you would never be allowed to take petrol cars, and racing in environments you can never take them.
Yeah.
So I think it's different. I don't think it's worse.
Yeah.
I think it's different.
Yeah.
And I think there will be. I don't think anyone needs to worry, because I think that for the very long term, there's still going to be fuel racing. You're not going to get rid of it overnight, but as hybrid and things creep in, I mean, even Formula 1 cars are hybrid these days.
I don't disagree about there's a place for it, but I'm 100% with Kristy, which is, as a spectator, that noise and the vibration just going through you. Without that, it's missing something.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the racing isn't as close and all the good things about Extreme E and the environmental stuff, but as a spectator, it's the same with riding electric bikes or electric cars.
Yeah.
They're great. They're going to be faster than a fuel car, but they're missing.
It's a different experience.
Yeah.
For me.
And it depends, with change. If you like change, I don't like change.
I don't like change. Don't do change. Right, next one. Robert Black. What would you say is the best road you've ridden on? Oh, blimey. Best road. There are so many. God.
I like the Davos to Stelvio. Not the Stelvio Pass itself, the Davos to Stelvio, the first bit. But then this summer, I rode the road alongside Loch Ness, which is just...
How can you have those two in the same...
But they're both stunning, but different. Yeah, the Davos to Stelvio is alpine twists. You don't have that on the Loch Ness road. But we all agreed, who were riding along it, that goes straight to the top three of our roads. Straight away, we all thought that. For different reasons.
Yeah.
Do you know what road I really love? When we went to Belgium, do you remember we were heading up into the mountains? Not that they have, as close as they get to mountains in Belgium.
The big hills.
The hilly area in Belgium, up towards Spa. And they had that road that was kind of following a river, and it's really like that. It was, you were riding the 701 at the time. That was a great road, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that. Yeah. But I don't like high roads because I'm scared of heights, so I'm always worried I'm going to fall off.
I love mountain roads.
No, I don't like mountain passes. It freaks me out.
I think just about any Spanish mountain road, and that includes the Canaries. Canaries is just like Gran Canaria, Tenerife. They're just full of so many spectacular roads. Picos, Pyrenees, down in southern Spain. It's just, Spain does it for me massively. Love it. Can't really pick any one particular road out there. I've done jumping across Tail of the Dragon in the States. That's pretty special. It's quite a iconic road, but there's so many probably better roads than that all around it. Is that the Blue Ridge Mountains? Is that what they're called?
Tennessee.
Yeah, there's so many awesome riding roads all around about that area.
The tree at the bottom. With
all the bits of the bike.
Motorbikes.
The tree of shame, I think they call it, don't they? Yeah. You're gonna say Druid Land, aren't you?
Yeah.
Black Mountain Road.
Yeah.
Racist.
Anywhere in the Brecon Beacons.
That is fabulous as well.
Yeah, it is. Anywhere in
It's
Brecon
pretty
Beacons is special, and any Tuscan Road as well for me.
Tuscan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So much to choose from.
Exactly. So it's such a broad.
Right, last one.
area.
Lara Small. How you doing, Lara? It's Lara Moto. Hey, Bruce, what's the best advice that the team can give to someone who would like to be a Motorbike TV presenter? Oh, thank you. So, how'd you get into TV?
Well, Kristy just annoyed me until I said she could.
I
Essentially.
think Lara's after my job, is she? Shit.
It's fine. It's yours.
Yeah,
It's yours.
please
Absolutely yours.
take it.
She finds bombs. That's her job.
Oh, Christ. Oh my God, Lara is already just the better person. Lara just loves
She sounds
P45. Fuck off!
Don't ever let anybody tell you can't do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially you.
Yeah.
You say she can't. Well, you just told her she couldn't. No,
I did not tell her she couldn't do it. I just said
We're
she
going to end up with
probably
like
is a
15
better person.
presenters.
Like someone in the industry then, like yourself, what would you say is a good way in?
It's a difficult one, and it's horrible to say in some ways, but it's not always about talent. It's not always about. It's about right place, right time. That's essentially how I met Kristy. Was right place, right time.
Yeah, it was.
You know.
Special street corner.
Oh, cut.
A street corner which you couldn't afford to be on, Graham. So
Waiting for an
shut
audition.
up,
Oh,
right?
that wasn't what I meant.
Oh, really? Wasn't
No.
it? What did
What did you mean? What else could you
You
mean?
thought I meant something rude.
And what did
Yeah?
you mean?
Something nice.
Explain.
Look at the glazzy look he's got.
Like that.
He's got a
You're
proper,
talking about the
proper whisky stare on him.
Oh yeah, that nice street corners where the actors hang out.
Hello, tagline.
I had to get you back for choosing Bruce earlier, so
I think
You hate me for that, don't
Yeah.
you? You do
Yeah,
hate
a
me.
lot.
You hate me for life. You do.
yeah, it is a shame because so much of it is right place,
Yeah.
right time. It's also just about making those contacts with people, and when you've found something you really want to do, don't just kind of go, oh, wouldn't it be great to do that? You know, seriously, phone someone and say, you know, I want to do this. You know, I would be interested in doing this. You know, and you know, if you know, Kristy might turn around and say, I don't want to do the next series. I don't. Hopefully, you won't.
I doubt that very much.
But you know, she might turn around and then it gives you the option of kind of going, well, you know, I have some other people in mind, or we work on so many different projects all the time. You know, the production company Geek Media, you know, we do a couple of motorbike shows, we do lots of other little bits and bobs as well, and we always have, you know, we're always looking for new people and new. And often that's where new show ideas come from. You personally find out what they're interested in, and that's where. So I think the key is it really is that networking thing.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, yeah, it's just turned off.
Oh. Hang on, folks. Slight camera issue.
As I was saying, before I was really interrupted by a camera turning off. Can I just keep talking? Yeah, if it's something you really want to do, the key thing is to really go for it. Don't just sit back and wait for it to come to you. Contact as many people as you can. You know, Graham applied for Top Gear at one point, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
do that way.
Didn't get in. So he had to settle with us.
Even say thank you for applying.
But yeah, by all means send your CV in if we've got other things in the pipeline. No, we're not replacing Kristy.
Thank you.
I think the other thing to say as well is,
Yet.
and somebody gave me this piece of advice when I was way before I met Tom, and I wanted to make a TV series about adventure biking, and he said just go ahead and make it. He said make it for yourself. It's like writing a book. Yeah, write a book. Don't write it to be successful. Make it for yourself. Film it in the best way you can. Edit it the best way you can, and then if it is good enough, somebody will hopefully take it for TV. The TV world's different. This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's changed now, but there is YouTube. Anybody can make anything for YouTube, And if you make it just for yourself, then that's fun. If you make it for yourself and other people like it, then that will grow. Eventually, it will grow.
Yeah. Awesome. There you go, Lara. Some advice for you there. Well, you've got the YouTube channel anyway, so send some DMs in. That's what I would do. Right, folks, that's going to have to do us because it is almost tomorrow and we are up very soon. I hope you've enjoyed this one. We've had a bit of a blast, haven't we? Graham's got proper pissed. It's been great. We enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, folks, keep doing your thing. Remember to watch the show as soon as it comes out. We'll make sure that we post up on all the socials whenever the show is due to go. In the meantime, keep doing your thing. Look after those that you love. Get on out there and live your life. Woo-ha!